Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the month of January or whenever this reading might find you. I'm just going to start us off with a little bit of Palo Santo here to raise our energy, raise the energy of our environment as well as we jump into your reading for the month ahead. Leo, if you haven't already, you can check out the annual forecast as well. I've got it up here on the channel. It's for the collective of everyone who sees that video, but I also did tune into each individual sign as well for a little reading too. So you can check that out and you'll have to let me know if that resonates with you and if you feel that the messages are resonating with one another as well. If you're new here, welcome in. Hello, hello. I'm Jenny. I'm a shamanic healer. I'm a women's coach, a retreat host, and I really love to do these videos here on YouTube. And I'm just tuning into your energy for the month ahead. What is the primary energy for the Leo collective, please? I almost stopped there, but I got no, keep going. There's another one that's even better. So let's see what that is. Okay, and I'm getting inner child. Now, a lot of people are talking about how we're at the end of the number 9 year, the beginning of the number 1 year. So, a lot of this shedding and releasing and completion with the year of the snake is now behind us. But I urge you to consider, Leo, that nature's new year is not until the spring. Okay, Mother Earth, she works with the natural rhythms and cycles. And if we really look at it, the new year isn't in the winter. That's not when we sow our seeds. In the winter, we're still quiet. We're still at rest. If you look outside, all of the animals are quiet. All of the plants are quiet. And this is the same for us as well. The winter really is a time to go within. And when the inner child card comes up, it's an opportunity to look at your own childhood trauma and how it has shaped you today. And I always say this, like we're all just traumatized children walking around in adults' bodies. And it's no disrespect to any parents out there. I'm a parent as well. And I know full well that I will traumatize my children. I probably have traumatized my children. They're teenagers and young adults. So I know at this point, yeah, they're starting to become aware of the parts of their childhood that really shaped who they are today. And let's be real, no adult can be fully there for a child because we can't even be fully there for ourselves. And it's not that we don't have the intentions. I don't think that any parent has the intention to traumatize their child. We're all just doing our best. But every single one of us has experienced some sort of childhood trauma, whether you consider that to be a capital T trauma or a little t trauma, doesn't really matter. Trauma is trauma, and it all does affect us in the way that we show up in our day-to-day life. If we feel like we weren't seen, we weren't heard, we weren't loved, we weren't understood, then that is going to affect our relationships in our adult years. And again, Leo, this inner child card is telling me that you might be starting to recognize how your own childhood has affected the way that your relationships are today. We will always attract a partner that highlights our own childhood trauma as well. So let's say, for example, you are dealing with a neglect or an abandonment wound where you feel that there was no one there for you. Maybe one of or both of your parents physically left. I've got some clients who have been adopted, or like myself, my dad was gone for a big part of my life. You will likely attract somebody who is emotionally unavailable because you know what's comfortable. And it's not necessarily comfortable, but it's familiar. So having that emotional unavailability as an adult is familiar to the unavailability you had in your parent as a child. Or maybe you had a parent that yelled all the time, screamed and yelled every time they were triggered, they were overstimulated, and you find yourself attracting a partner who also yells and screams. And it's like, why is this happening? And it's because there is a wound that is being activated. And whatever you're going through in the month of January, or again, whenever this video finds you, this is telling me that you are about to experience a tremendous transformation, because when we can really work on healing these deep inner child wounds, they have such a huge effect on our overall life, and relationships can improve. Your relationship with yourself can improve. The way that you show up for yourself can improve. Often, we don't love ourselves and love our bodies because of these childhood wounds. And somewhere along the line, we were taught that we're not worthy. Again, maybe it could have been a parent that couldn't be there for you emotionally or couldn't be there for you physically. A lot of us were not really comforted as children. Like if we were crying, a lot of the times it was like, shh, stop crying. That's enough. Like, you know, big boys don't cry, and come on, be a good little girl. That's enough. I don't want to hear any more of that. Whereas today, we know so much about the negative effects of this that so many of us parents are more aware now to hold space for our children's emotions to help prevent that sort of trauma. And yeah, it really feels like as you heal your inner child throughout this month, as you continue to do this deep inner work, that you are going to really change the way that you show up in so many different aspects of your life. So I think that's a really beautiful thing, Leo. I want to see what will be your biggest challenge with this in the month ahead. I like to look at the challenge. I like to look at the blind spots, because, you know, this is really a great message, because it tells you that all of the hard work you're doing is not for nothing. There's massive transformation on the other side of it. But knowing what the challenges are, knowing what the blind spots are, that helps us bring awareness to them to help us move through it a lot easier. What is the biggest challenge for the Leo collective in the month ahead, please? Old habits. Yeah, that would be a big challenge. Old habits are like your current flavor of self-sabotage, right? What is your current flavor of self-sabotage, Leo? A lot of the times this shows up in the form of numbing out, an unhealthy coping mechanism. So you might find yourself leaning on substances. When I say that, people typically go to, you know, drugs and alcohol. And yes, those are both substances for sure. But food can also be a substance as well. If you find yourself numbing out or emotionally eating, binge eating, screens are also substances. You know, when we find ourselves opening the app, closing it again, opening it, closing it again, or doom scrolling or binge watching Netflix when we know we should be going to bed early, or we know we should be doing this or doing that, but instead we're just zoning out on the phone or the TV. Sometimes the old habit is, again, staying up too late, not listening to your body, procrastinating. You know exactly what to do, you're just not doing it. And this is showing up in your challenge position. Perhaps you are aware that your own childhood trauma is affecting you, and your old habit is procrastinating or avoiding doing the work that your soul is really calling for you to do. Is this speaking to you, Leo? Is there something you've been working through? Maybe a limiting belief, a toxic habit or behavior, a repeating pattern that you're noticing showing up. Maybe some of you are not proud of the way you've been showing up. Maybe some of you are trying to repair different relationships. It's going to hit every Leo different, right? And I always say, you know, take what resonates with you in these readings. I know it sounds so cliche, but leave what doesn't, because we're so much more than just our sun sign, right? We all have our moon sign, our rising sign. We've got so many different placements in our chart that can be applicable for these types of readings. So feel free to watch wherever in your chart you feel called to. Or if you're like me, I like to watch for my children and my husband as well. I like to know what's going on in their world. And let's see, what are the blind spots for Leo to be aware of for the month ahead, please? What blind spots is it aligned for Leo to be aware of? Okay, authentic self-expression. I mean, Leo, this is basically one of your cards. It's about being courageous and confident enough to be authentic, to be who you truly are. When you stand in your truth and not from the wound energy, like the wound energy from our childhood trauma makes us show up differently. Like For example, I feel unheard. I feel invisible sometimes. So when I'm talking to someone and they're not listening, they're not actively listening, it's really triggering for me. When someone's just like, yeah, I'm like, what did I just say? And they're like, oh, shoot, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. It triggers me so much because my inner child feels unheard. It feels like my voice doesn't matter. It feels like I'm invisible, like I was, my dad wasn't around. So I feel like I was invisible to him because he just literally wasn't there. And then my mom was so busy taking care of 4 kids, four really young kids. And, she was basically by herself and, it wasn't easy. So I felt invisible. So when people make me feel invisible, what I end up doing is I'm getting triggered and I'm reacting rather than responding. But that's not in alignment with who I truly am. That's just my wound energy showing up, right? And this is saying that your wound energy is keeping you out of alignment with your authenticity. Be true to who you really are, Leo, and your life will change in the most amazing ways. And when it comes to being true to who you really are, you can consider, am I proud of the way that I've been showing up? And sometimes the answer to that question is yes. And sometimes the answer to that question is no. And there's no right or wrong. Nobody's going to be perfect all the time. And like, what is perfect anyway? Everything is either propelling us forward or teaching us something, probably both for most things. So look at the way that you show up in the day to day. Are you proud of the way that you're showing up? Is that really aligned with your authenticity? Is that how you want to be showing up in the world? Are you saying yes to things that you actually don't want to do just to keep the peace? Are you saying no when you actually do want to do something just so that you don't rock the boat? Are you finding yourself falling into people-pleasing patterns and behaviors? This is saying, listen to your body. And if you watch the 2026 reading, this was a major theme for all of the signs. Connecting with your intuition, connecting back into your body, grounding back into your body, because your body has your inner compass, right? Your body is your inner GPS. And we've come so far away from listening to our body, but our body knows exactly what it is that we need. Our body also stores this trauma, right? This inner child trauma. And, I hear people all the time like, oh, my hips are so sore. When you get older, your hips hurt. Well, what does the left hip represent? The mother wound. What does the right hip represent? The father wound. It's not a sign of aging. It's a sign of, okay, I've been stifling this childhood trauma for so long that it has now manifested into this wound, this physical wound in my body, this physical pain in my body. We have to feel it to heal it. We have to bring light to the shadow in order to release it. And what I'm really getting for you, Leo, is that there's still an opportunity to do that. Some of you might be thinking, oh, well, we're in a number 1 year now, but it's not nature's new year until the spring. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's winter anyway. You'll have to let me know, Leo. Is this resonating with you so far? If it is, please do hit that like button. It's a great and easy way to support the channel. And let me know in the comments, like, how is this hitting? How was your childhood? Are you open to sharing? Most of us had, not the greatest childhood. And even I talk to people who are like, oh, I had a great childhood. And then you get into it and they're like, oh yeah, my dad was never around. Like he worked so much. Da, da, da. Like I hardly saw him. It's like, well, was it that great if you never saw your parent? Like my dad wasn't there and he wasn't there. It was clear that he wasn't there. Your dad apparently was there, but you never saw him. So was he really there? Like we both have a bit of a wound around that. And, for all those moms who we're basically raising the kids alone, that's hard. How can you be there for all of your children when you're alone? If for all you single moms out there, I have to give you major credit. If you're a single mom watching, I'm sending you lots of love because that is not an easy task. I was raised by a single mom. My sister's a single mom. I have so much respect for you. It's so challenging. It's so challenging. And, I hope that you are on your journey. If you're watching this video, I know that you are, because the more you heal yourself, the better outcome your children will have as well. I'm going to put these cards back. I feel like they're not for you. Sometimes they are. Now, if you're new here and you're resonating with my energy, I'd be so grateful if you hit subscribe. Again, it's a great way to support the channel and it's free. There are other ways to support the channel as well. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I would like to first pull a couple more cards for you. I always like to look at how can the Leo collective align with their highest path, their highest purpose, their highest timeline, their highest destiny in the month ahead, please. What will help Leo align the most? Okay, I'm getting angel numbers. Let me know in the comments, which angel numbers are you seeing? Every number has a different frequency, right? Every number has a different frequency and they're not for nothing. This card says, pay attention to the signs. Your angels are trying to deliver a message to you. And again, every number has a different frequency. So when you see an angel number, most people will just like Google it and like, oh, what does this number mean? And they'll look it up and that's fine. But the thing is, you'll see so many different messages. There's not just one. You'll see like a dozen different meanings. Oh, 111 means this. No, actually it means this. No, it means this. No, it means this. So just remember, if that's what you're going to do, if you're going to search it up, then make sure that you're going with whatever message resonates with you the most. Your intuition will tell you what is the right message for you. For myself, I really love the Angel Numbers book and deck by Mystic Michaela. I don't have an affiliate or anything like that. I just really, really love it. So Mystic Michaela, if you're watching, hi. Her numbers really resonate. They go all the way from 1 to 999. And I haven't read a single number in there that I didn't resonate with. So I highly recommend it. But this is saying, in order to align with your highest path, your highest purpose, your highest destiny, your highest timeline in the month ahead, pay attention to the signs and symbols. Your spirit guides and allies want to connect with you. They want to help guide you. They want to help course correct. And they're going to do that through signs and symbols. For some of you, for most of you, I feel like it'll be angel numbers. But for some of you, it could be something different, like dimes. We joke, we call them dimes from heaven here in my house. And there's always plenty of them. Like, where do all these dimes come from? Like, I don't know where they always come from, but they're all over the house all the time. They could be, I feel like some of you will see like winter type birds. Like, I don't know if blue jays are out this time of year, cardinals. Yeah, birds, I feel, can be a big one for a lot of you. Eagles for sure. Butterflies, wrong time of year. Feathers, maybe for some of you. Yeah, watch for the signs and the symbols, okay? If you think something's a sign, yes, it's a sign. Okay. If you think it's a sign, yes, it's a sign. And an easy way to tell is to use your own inner compass, your own inner GPS. So if you see something and you think it's a sign, ask yourself, is that a sign? And see if you get some sort of confirmation, some sort of yes in your body. We all know what a yes feels like. And sometimes we know what a no feels like. Sometimes we don't. But practice this, because your intuition is just like any other muscle. The more you practice it, the more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. And then just like any other muscle, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So practice your intuition by receiving those messages from your spirit guides and allies and taking action on those messages. It's one thing to get the messages, but then what are you going to do with it once you got the message, right? Now, I will jump into an extended reading here where I will clarify every single one of these cards. Plus, I'll pull some additional messages, the same card decks that I used in the annual reading. So the Raise Your Vibration Oracle by Kyle Gray and Finding Inner Peace by Olivia Olivia Berkey. Whoopsies. Sorry, Olivia. But I will pull additional messages for you after I pull one final card. What final message does the Leo Collective need to know for the month ahead, please? What final message can we share with Leo? Leo, I'm getting the void. Now, the void tells me that you might be stifling You might be covering up this emptiness through some sort of addiction. And we talked about that already with the old habits card. Some sort of self-sabotage, some sort of addiction. Again, I feel like it could be substances like drugs or alcohol, food. For many of you, I feel like it's food. Screens are like the number one right now. A lot of people aren't drinking anymore. Yay. That's so good. I'm so happy because they call it spirits because it disconnects you with your spirit. It literally lowers your vibration. So if you're on this journey and, you're trying to grow spiritually and raise your vibration and evolve, then why lower your vibration with alcohol? And trust me, I love to drink. It's been a long time, but once upon a time, I loved to drink. I was a fun drunk. I wasn't an angry drunk or a mean drunk. I just had so much fun with it. But I realized that it's not in alignment with this journey at all. And I'm getting for some of you that your soul knows that it's time to heal from this wound that was created in childhood. And let me tell you, you can love your parents so damn much and still want to heal from your childhood. Okay. I hope that my children heal from their childhood. I really do. I don't want them to walk around with wound energy. I know when my son was young, I used to do that same thing. I used to say, come on, you're a big boy. Stop crying. Come on, you're okay. You're okay. You're a big boy. You're a big, tough guy. You're all right. It's okay. Let's walk it off. Right? Because I was such a young mom and I wasn't on my journey yet. I didn't know. We're all just doing our best, right? You can love your parents and think your parents are amazing and think they were amazing and are amazing. It's not disrespectful to your parents to want to heal. And it seems to me like for some of you, there could be this resistance covering up this wound energy with some sort of addiction, covering up your pain, stifling your pain with some sort of addiction. Again, whether that's drugs or alcohol, food, screens, it's going to be different for everybody. You'll have to let me know in the comments, Leo, if this is resonating with you. And I am really happy to dive in and get some clarification on all of this. Actually, let me just get another clarifier here for you. What more can we share with the Leo Collective to help them through this healing journey that they are diving deeper into in the winter months? The perfect time to go within, you guys. Winter is the perfect time to go within. What else does the Leo Collective need to know, please? You got two messages here. The magic touch. You're accessing magic from deep within. So it feels to me like this inner child healing is key to you accessing your own magic, your own intuitive gifts. And then you're getting celebration. Take some time to celebrate. You might not be where you wanted to be, but you're a lot closer than you once were. You've come so far. And I want you to remember, Leo, you are the medicine, right? You are your own medicine. We all have our own unique flavor of medicine. And as you heal yourself, you have ripple effects that go out that allow others to heal as well. Whatever you're going through, even just sharing with like a friend, like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. This is what I've gone through. This is what I'm doing to get through it. That's going to have huge ripple effects. People talk to people, and just you talking about it is healing in itself. When women gather and share stories, we heal one another. We heal ourselves and we heal one another. And if you're watching and you're not a woman, you absolutely can still have the same experience. We heal by hearing stories. We heal by being in the presence of others who have healed. So this isn't just for you. This is for, when you heal yourself, you heal your ancestors, you heal your lineage, you heal your children, you heal your children's children. But there's also a ripple effect that happens in the communities that you share. And I feel like this is not for nothing, okay? Your soul wants to do this healing and your ego is like, no, this is scary. I don't want to take a step outside of my comfort zone. All right, let's see what more is going to come up for you in the extended, Leo. I do hope to see you over there.